just want to say to Ruth, there are ways to channel that energy. You can assault me. Heavy story this. Thanks to Mark. Thanks to everyone. I mean, this must be testament to my DJing. None of my friends, so many of them have turned out today. When I DJ, not half of them turned out. Need to work on the fucking tracks, innit?
Don't have the tracks already, mate.
It's a sad story, but about myself, but I think I need to share it with you so that you can take it away with you and learn from it, I suppose. So we'll start from birth. I think I was late. My mother was post-date, something like 49 weeks. Even doctors had never seen anything like that. I mean, I know the other people who make a fuss about it other than Africans are Russians, I think. I'm into Russian literature at the moment. Anton Chekhov is the name. Childhood was relatively unremarkable, except for the fact that when I was in reception, I used to roll over. When they said have a nap, I used to roll over to the girls' beds and I tried the dry humping. There's a skill to that shit. You know, brother, don't you? So obviously for the teachers it was amusing at first, but it quickly metamorphosized into disdain and anger, and they told my mom, we can't have him anymore. 6 months, reception was finished, so I suppose that's when a whole lot of trouble started. Being expelled at reception is it's not a mean feat. So my mom had to get somebody to look after me because both my parents were teachers. So they got this old woman to look after me, who was an alcoholic. And I used to make a lot of noise and I used to give her a lot of problems. So she just used to give me a lot of beer. There's a beer in South Africa called Black Label. It's only for strong men. I was a 6-year-old child. I had no fucking chance. So things went along, went to high school. It was okay, went to various high schools, and then got expelled in one of the most prestigious schools in South Africa. My parents had to drive. My parents basically worked their lives paying for petrol to drive to schools for disciplinary committees because I had fucked up one way or the other. I don't know, maybe I miss them. You know, they took me everywhere. You know, I mean, they give a reason now and say, no, the political climate is, I was born 20 miles south of Joburg, so the political climate was not that good at the time, and my parents felt my education came first, and they moved me along. But I miss them. You want to grow up with your parents, don't you? It's getting dark now. So, I mean, okay, GCSEs, A-levels. I made the mistake of getting 4 A's. Because at the end of A-levels, I was auditioning for this pop star to go and dance for him. With my friend, we're going to be backup dancers. So when I finished A-levels, I gave my parents a certificate and said, look, we done now, aren't we? Finished A-levels, we cool? So I'm going to dance now. You know what I mean? Gotta fucking give it. So my parents were not having it. They were like, no, you know, we've been oppressed for 500 years. As a black person, you're getting opportunities. You could do something with those A's. So you need to choose between engineering and medicine, and I thought, right, fucking hell. I knew I shouldn't have studied. And I discovered weed at the time. Right, fucker, why didn't I discover you earlier? Couldn't have gotten E's, you know? Not the drug, just E, the symbol. So I was kind of coerced into choosing a much more decent career than dancing for a pop star who ended up killing himself. So maybe my parents are right. What a dickhead. What a fucking dickhead. Thanks, Hutch. So it's medicine I chose because I thought medicine is easy. You just have to. Yeah, it is. It's one of the easiest courses. You just have to cram a whole lot of shit and regurgitate it when they want you to. They say give us the course of a certain nerve of the arm. You fucking seen it. You sat in your room. There's no brain involved. You just copy that, give it to them when they want. So I thought I'll do that. So I did that, but then, because I was late, I went to a very racist university, which is where the story starts to get dark. Went to a very racist university, and for a black student, you had to work twice as hard to get the same marks. Fine, I mean, I'm not bothered about that. I met a few Dutch guys who were very much into alcohol, so me and them immediately bonded. You know, as you get to university, I met a girl, fell in love for the first year, and then at the end of the year, she dubbed me for a qualified doctor. I was doing my first year. I'm like, So I'm like, okay, cool, it's fine. We get over that. So I progressed in medical school, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. And I think we were doing hard subjects at the time. We were doing pediatrics, internal medicine, I think was one of them, chemical pathology, anatomical pathology, and all that shit. And there were only 27 non-white students in the class, and they failed all of us that year. Now for me, that had implications. I didn't come from a rich family, so the sponsors would immediately withdraw if I failed any subject. So it was a big thing. The government got involved because it was clear that it was a racist mandate or whatever. And then at the same time, as if God doesn't like me, which is why I don't believe in him, because I think he specifically targeted me at that time. Yeah, it's a Levi target. So 3 of my best friends died in quick succession in those 3 weeks after I failed surgery, which in fairness, surgery is one of the easiest subjects in medicine, because even when you meet general surgeons now, you meet surgeons, they're the dumbest motherfuckers you can get. All they do, they come in, they cut, they go, fuck that. So I was never, to me, I think it wasn't the fact that I failed, it was the fact that I failed surgery, which is one of the easiest subjects, and I knew there was something going on. So I suppose I lost it then. I lost it, I started not sleeping, I started smoking weed every day, didn't sleep. And the inevitable happened. I started to lose my mind. They had to go and get my mom in the township and say, look, we don't think your son is okay. They said, what is he doing? He's crazy anyway. Do you know what that motherfucker has done in his life? Tell me something that is going to beat this, that. I'm like, well, Mom, you know. He went into Pretoria town wearing a skirt and slippers and very big sunglasses and greeting everyone. I was like, okay, I think I need to come. I know sartorial elegance is his thing. If that is fucked up, I know some shit is going on. So, you know, mom came in, spoke to me and said, so I was put into a private psychiatric hospital because I was believed to be manic at the time and with intermittent depressive episodes. So, I mean, some of you, there can't be so many of you in here who haven't experienced mental health, either by proxy or by themselves. So, you know, I know you know what I'm talking about. This is serious shit. So, the mom came down, went into a private hospital, used my dad's private medical health, which is why you English people need to be very grateful for the NHS, because it's tough out there in terms of medical care and psychiatric care. I work as a psychiatrist in the UK at the moment, and people have access to mental health, and it's good. It wasn't good at the time. My dad had to pay loads of money, and after 2 weeks in the hospital, what ended up happening is my dad's medical fund, you know, ran out, but I was doing better at the time. So they thought, okay, we'll take him back to the house and try and manage him there. We've got the medication, it's cool. But then what does Levi do? Phones the dealer. Phones the dealer, gets some weed, gets some girls. So obviously the situation was always going to deteriorate. So it deteriorated to a point where I now had to access public hospitals, which are obviously dire at the times in terms of conditions, in terms of management, in terms of everything. But now the problem is I was in Pretoria as a medical student, so it meant I had to go back to the psychiatric hospital that I was going to have then to practice as a medical student, as a final year student. Shit. Shit. So at this point I didn't know how they were going to take me there, because I was very resistant. You will learn in your lives that the worst patients are doctors or medical students. So my mom managed to speak with the doctors and they managed to do things, and I was then, obviously they had to activate the Mental Health Act, and I was then put in there. And because the hospitals were so bad, I just remember, you know, very, like, cold surfaces, dark. And actually, I went to my friend Anthony's last night and I said, he cooked some fish last night, and I said, yeah, man, you know, I'm doing this tomorrow, tales of whatever. And he's like, yeah, So we just went on chatting about it, and Anthony is a poet, he's a very good poet.